how fashion took center stage. 12 ladies showed their creativity, tensions rose, and 3 women took their final bow. Now, only 9 remain. Today, their greatest challenge won't be physical. It will be personal, and it will be all about that inner spark that they carry into every room. This is what Daravit Women stands for. Nourishing strength from the inside out.
She rises with the fire in her soul, breaking every chain they stole. The world may try to pull her down, but she wears her strength like a crown. Power woman, unstoppable flame. Power woman, remember the name. She stands tall, she owns her fight. Power woman, shining bright.
You were watching Power Women by Daravit Women on Zeeworld, DSTV channel 166 and GoTV channel 30. And I'm your host, Chief Swap. In today's challenge, our 9 contestants won't just perform. They will stand tall with nothing to hide behind. No costumes, no props, and no teammates. Just their voices and their stories and their courage. But before the conversations begin, before the vulnerability, before the truth telling, we've invited one of our resident judges, Adeola Kingsley James, to help them prepare for this epic journey inward. Let's join them.
Hello, ladies.
Hi.
Hello. Today we're talking about how to craft your power story. And I know that, some of us might be shy or afraid. They taught us to hide our dirty linen and not spread it in public, right? But I'm not sure that was a great advice for a lot of us, because at the end of the day, your story and the things that happen to you is not meant for you alone.
So I'll introduce myself. My name is Adeola Kingsley James. I am air. I give people a reason to live, love, and breathe. I am light. I bring clarity, understanding, and awareness. I am love. I love because it's who I am. And I'm an example on earth that God exists.
A few years ago, maybe barely about 5 years ago or 6 years ago, I was fired from my job. And that job was the only thing that I had going for me. Yes, I was married, but I didn't know what to do in creating a relationship with my spouse. And I married somebody who had children. So, and I'll come back to that a little bit, because some of the choices that we make come from the unresolved traumas that we haven't healed and some of our unmet needs, but we don't even know, right? And which is kind of good, but also on the other side as well, because you might be making choices that are not serving you just because, okay? So this day, I was lying down on my bed. I'd just been fired from my job, and I was actually contemplating what I was on earth for. And I really couldn't pinpoint what it was and why I was on earth. I was just about to turn 40 at the time, and I was doing a recap of my life, and I didn't see anything that I could be grateful for. And I lay down in darkness. I mean, days on end. I used to run away from my then almost maybe 2 or 3 year old at the time. And she used to look for me all over the house. Now, of course, I didn't have a relationship with my husband. I didn't have a relationship with my stepkids, because I have 2. I call them my bonus kids now. But I said steps so that you will understand what they are and who they are to me. And then I didn't have a relationship also with my own child, because the most important thing was I didn't have a relationship with myself. But I didn't know this. I thought I was cool. You know, the way we put pancake on our face and everything seems okay, right? How many of you are married here? Yes. How many have children? What school did you go to become a wife? What school did you go to become a mother? But you're meant to succeed at it. How? So that's where I found myself as well. Everybody has a story. Everybody. You might think, oh, my story is too dark, right? You might think that my story, nobody wants to listen to me. And my dear, you're going to share that story because tears are powerful, okay? And you're going to share with us, even through the tears, it's okay. Your tears actually is not a weakness, it's actually a strength for you to be able to say, I can feel these things and still power through. Okay? So that means you're going to share the lowest and what you did. This is a safe space, guys. Once again, this is your opportunity to share your power story because you don't know who is listening to it. Correct? Okay, so I'm going to give you 2 minutes and the time starts now.
I grew up being a people pleaser. So I've always felt that need for people to like me growing up. So I just felt like if I show you love, if I care for you, you know, it will give you a reason to like me. It all stems from the insecurity I had. I just felt like, okay, I was lacking in certain areas. So if I improve in this area, you know, and that's really like, I didn't even think about it in that way until, you know, she spoke about it, and I really felt it.
Started when I was a kid. I never grew up with my siblings or my mother. I think I can't even remember how old I was when I was separated from them. So I lived with my uncles and aunties, and it was a hell. They made my life a living hell. I started hawking from a very tender age. I was emotionally abused. I was physically abused. I have a lot of bruises that made me to become so timid. I don't even speak when my mates are speaking. I was body shamed. I wasn't proud of myself.
So I could relate to the things she said. I actually grew up from a good, like a wealthy home. Well, okay, but then I grew up without my father's love, and that's not his fault because he also grew up the same way.
Very good. So let's close our eyes. And for the last time, I want us to take a deep breath in and breathe out. I want you to think about the woman that you were before today's session. And I want you to see her in your mind's eye. The version who walked into this room, maybe nervous, maybe uncertain. And I want you to place your right hand on your chest, everyone. And I want you to say to that woman out loud, I see you. Say, I honor you. Thank you for bringing you.
Coach Adiola just asked us to lie down now, and this section is making me feel the positive part of me and what I have missed inside of me, the potentials which I have inside of me that needs to come alive.
Now I want you to think about the girl you were, for everybody who shared their stories in the groups, at your lowest moment when the storm was raging. So for those who shared their stories, being unloved, I want you to look at that girl, whatever age comes up to you, don't sweat it, the first age that comes.
This aspect where we have to lie down, close our eyes, and then meditate on some things, it makes me feel good and makes me feel relieved.
When the world felt dark and it didn't seem like you could come out of it or make it through, and if you can see her, just nod your head for me and tell me, yes, I can see her now. Very good. Because she's still inside you. And it's proof that you really are a power woman.
That was a powerful and emotional moment with Adeola. For many of these women, this is the first time they are sitting with a therapist or a life coach, pausing long enough to look inward. And today, we saw just how much truth can rise when the noise finally quiets. But now, it's time to bring that inner work to the spotlight, from reflection to expression. This is my power story. Judges, welcome back to the Power Women stage. Adeola, you experienced these ladies for a minute. Talk to us. What was that process like today?
It was beautiful. You know, I always feel honored and humble when I'm in the midst of people and they share things from a place of vulnerability. And amongst themselves, I mean, there was tears, there were hugs, there was, you know, remembrance. And I think for me, it was so humbling for me. And I'm always grateful to be in spaces like that.
Wow, that's such a layered, nuanced answer. I can say that as a group, we can't wait to experience and hear the stories of the women who are ready to tell all their stories in full. All right, here's how my Power Woman story will play out. Each contestant has 2 minutes to tell a true personal story that shows who they are. They will be judged on 5 categories, each worth 10 points. Stage presence, time management, storytelling, emotional connection, and yes, clarity of message. A perfect score is 150 points. No props, no scripts, just truth. Short, sharp, and honest. Ladies, when your name is called, please step into the lights and tell us your power story. Adesola.
I love myself for the woman that I am. I am proud for the woman that I've become. And I forgive myself for being in such a family and for always thinking of it. And I commit myself to becoming a more beautiful and strong version of myself. And I commit myself to winning the crown of this competition. And yes, I am not here to relive my story, but to review it. And I'm grateful for the woman I have become, and I look forward for the better version of myself. And yes, I love myself. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Adeshola. I love it. Our judges.
I like the fact that she acknowledged that at some point she could have done more to fight for herself. And now she's gotten to the point where she realizes that she's capable of fighting for herself. And also the fact that that's not all there is to her. There's a lot more that she's capable of doing now, and she's just willing to explore all of that. I'm really happy. I'm happy to hear that.
The balance of power is beginning to shift. Jagriti's questions are no longer whispers. They are shaking the very foundation of the family that controls the village. As a marriage brings unexpected tension, loyalties are divided and emotions spiral out of control, and nothing will ever be the same again. Jagriti empowers